Plumbing is a lot more than just pipes and wrenches. It's about solving problems and being creative. When you're on your feet as a plumber. Today, I'm going to deep dive into being a problem solver as a plumber and what that consists of with my 21 years of experience. My name is Mr. London Plumber. Let's get straight into it. Why we want to stay being creative, yeah, is because you can have this thing which is called mental burnout, yeah? So repetitive work, someone who works on a job site, let's say every single plot is the same. The bathroom's there, the toilet's there, and the kitchen carcass is there. Again, you can get a mental burnout. And that's what happens to some people who are on site, yeah? And the pressure of finishing jobs very quickly, yeah, can also be a bit too much for some of us, because some of us are suffering and can suffer from mental health. It happens when we're in the workplace, right? So you need to think about this. So the fear of you making a mistake when you're on site could be the reason why you're so stressed the hell out. It can happen to any of us. There was a time when I was doing job after job after job, and I was stressed out because all I could think about was chasing the money. And I'm chasing the money and not being 100% sure to myself, I done that nut up, didn't I? I'm sure I tightened that up, didn't I? But I'm having this conversation to myself on the way to a next job. It's not a good way to be. But I want to be very transparent about these videos when I make them, because it's the honest truth. This is the part of the video where I'm going to explain why it's important to be creative as a plumber, yeah? There are unique situations which plumbers get themselves into where you have to solve problems, yeah? Tricky jobs, they're called. You might be working in a tight space and you can't fit that bottle trap underneath there. So what are you going to do? You have to get smart. And sometimes you have to save money when you're on a job, right? Because there's not that much money in the job. So you cannot go for your most fandango bit of equipment, what you might need to get, because you can't afford it on that job. So therefore it can't be done. So you need to be creative. That's the word, creative. So when you're being your most creative as a plumber, yeah, you're actually growing your skills as a tradesperson, because you're able to create that problem's solution on the job. There are many a times when I've done jobs and people have said, oh, how can we fix this? So I've had a problem with some showers one time. I had a customer and they got some Legionella. I said, oh no, what we're going to do is we're going to cut off that hot and we're just going to come off the cold and we're going to put an instant heated shower. It solved the problem. They didn't have the Legionella coming back because they are now just coming off of the cold feed. Solve the problem. Strategies on how to stay creative when you're on the job. Yeah. First one is other tradespeople. Learn and observe from them, because there is so much things that you can soak in, whether it's how to put on a doorknob, whether it's how to hang doors. I know I'm talking about doors, but you know, tradespeople need to know all these little things. Your missus might ask you to do something, so it's important. Take regular breaks from your job and look for improvs to be able to improve your job while you're doing it, right? So I might say to myself, oh, I'm going to leave that part to the end because the customer might not like that and we could change it for a different tap, right? It might sell the day. It might make a good finish to the day. Just understand these things are necessary. Documenting when you're learning a lesson and writing it down for future reference, right? There's many a times that I've learnt stuff on the job and I've made a video about it because it's my best way of me remembering what I done wrong and how to be able to not do it wrong in the future, because I'll always remember it because I made a video on it. And that way I can refer to the video as well and look back and say, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I made it then. Makes sense. Let's talk about embracing your mistakes, because it creates and it fuels creative problem solving. Yeah? So your mistakes, what you make, yeah? When you embrace them and understand them and accept them, it allows you to tap into that part of your mind, yeah? Which will be like, oh, this is my creative part. Oh, if I do this, I'll do that. That will solve the problem. Yes, very right. You're right. It will solve the problem. So what you need to do now is tap into that. And there's many times that I've had to tap into that point for myself and say, you know what? I didn't understand that before. But when I went away and I asked myself, what would solve that problem? Oh, I found it. Right. That's what made sense. And you go back to yourself, and as a tradesperson, you have that like moment and you say, oh, it's a light bulb moment. I know what it is now. And that's so rewarding, you know. It's underrated, but it's so rewarding. And that's you tapping into that creative side. So I always want to ask you guys, what is the most creative solution that you've had to come up with when you're on the job at any point? It could have been a bucket, what you've had to turn into something else. I don't know. You know, I've seen buckets being underneath other, yeah, anyway. I want to know what you think and what you've had to do on a job to be creative, because it lets me understand that we're both on the same page. So I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section below with your stories, please. And at this point of the video, I always ask people, if you found anything helpful in this video which I've made, if it's made sense to you, please do drop a comment, because it's all about the community. It's all about me being able to help you, but understanding that we're getting somewhere and we're building a community. I would always ask you to smash that like button, trying to get 1,000 likes on this video. And also, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It helps out the channel. It's like currency on YouTube, and I need people to subscribe to the channel because it helps to show to other people. I'll see you on the next upload with me, Mr. London Plumber.